We're out here hunting spooky spooks. That's the intro for season 2.
Welcome to the first Beyond the Grave of Season 2. We got there, 10 minutes before closing. We ran through the Walmart looking for batteries, washer fluid for me, and New Year's decorations, because it was almost New Year's at that point.
And now look at us. It's New Year's and we're back to the same old shit.
Well, we covered it a little bit in the video, but this Walmart is supposedly haunted by a child spirit. That child spirit will sometimes take some toys down off the shelf to play with. He or she, I think they said it was a female spirit, or a female child.
But it's 2019 and we're not going to make that assumption.
So this child spirit will sometimes take toys from aisle to aisle. And so back this summer when we went for the first time to, see if there was any evidence, I guess, or see if anyone in the Walmart really believed it. We went on a beach trip and stopped at the Walmart for some food and drink. I believe it was a rotisserie chicken.
2 rotisserie chickens.
2? We were crazy back in our youth. So Benny felt really awkward just walking up to someone and asking about a ghost. So he made me do it while he was standing in an aisle close by. I went up to this guy in the auto section, and he kind of looked at me like I was crazy to begin with. And I thought that would be it. It's the end of the conversation. But then he said, yeah, go talk to someone in the toy section. And I thought he was trying to make a joke, like, you're a kid for believing in ghosts. You should go talk to someone in the toy section. But turns out he actually pointed us in the right direction. So thank you, unnamed Walmart employee. And then we talked to unnamed Walmart employee number 2. And she's the one who told us about toys being pulled off the shelves and toys changing aisles, stuff like that.
So from this point, we went and we filmed in front of Walmart. We obviously couldn't go inside. That's one, because it was closing time. We didn't have to go home, but we couldn't stay there. So I thought a perfect spot for an investigation would just be the waters. Now, in the early 1900s, a hurricane hit Galveston, and the people of Galveston said, we don't have enough ground to bury people, but we got plenty of fucking ocean. So they just threw the bodies into the ocean. But you know how oceans work. The bodies came back. I thought that would be cool. Also, there's a small urban legend surrounding Galveston where people say they can see Jean Lafitte's boat off in the distance at night. This interests me because how the fuck do you know it's his boat at night? Nonetheless, during the daytime, I wouldn't even know. Because you know what? I don't know what his boat looked like.
There are a lot of oil rigs out in the Gulf of Mexico. I think we could see about 3 or 4 from where we were standing. But we kind of commented on it in the video, but you couldn't really hear, so we had to unfortunately cut that part. But basically, one of what I do believe was an oil rig, one of the oil rig's lights looked a lot like flames instead of just an LED light. And so I think maybe tourists to Galveston or someone who doesn't really, know the area could easily look at that and say that it looks like an old-time ship with lanterns.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's a strong possibility. I also think that there could be boats just out there at night that people could see.
Yeah,
I mean,
possible.
It's a cruise terminal. Cruise ships could be coming by. It's an ocean. There's just boats as well.
Let's not insult the fine people that
No, 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 no.
Live
I
there.
could
I think they could tell the difference between a cruise ship and a pirate ship.
not at night if it's far away. Look, when you looked out there, you didn't say that's an oil rig. You said that light looks like it's an oil rig. You would just see the lights, and if you saw lights moving across the ocean at a slow pace, you would think that's a ship. You wouldn't say, "I know what kind of ship that is."
Fair enough, but
Maybe, like I'm not trying to insult people as I usually am. I definitely think that there's a lot of explanations for what it could be, and people could be seeing a number of things and thinking that could be a pirate ship.
let me get this straight. I don't think you try to offend people, Benny. I think you inherently just do it as a side effect of.
Look, I'm aware. When you look at me, you're already offended. I get it.
So what I want to say with the spirit box is that we heard 2 or 3 different voices coming through. We could tell they were the same voices. At least I could. Are you kidding me right now? We were either too far away, or spirits didn't know how to use our equipment. But it sounded like the voices were kind of fighting through some kind of layer of something to try to get to the point where we could hear and understand them.
A typical rebuttal for Spirit Box is, it's a radio station, and I think it's a little bit of matrixing, where like you hear things and you say, that sounds like a voice. That's a typical rebuttal. Now, what I will say in your defense is that they came through fairly frequently, and there were a couple different sounds that came through like back to back that were interesting.
So Maison Rouge, we drove around a couple times actually trying to find out exactly where the hell it was, because
we were on the entire wrong side of the island.
Finally found where it was and pulled up, got out next to an apartment complex, kind of walked to it, and I was feeling a little unsettled beforehand, but honestly it's just kind of a creepy, dilapidated sort of building. It's made out of stone or brick or something. I couldn't really tell. It was dark.
I think it was just stone.
Yeah. It's made out of stone. There's an entire second floor that's missing. Barbed wire and creepiness. So
come to Galveston.
Was,
barbed wire and creepiness.
Yeah.
It's our middle name.
As Benny was asking questions, I kind of started feeling a little bit affected. Benny notes it.
Connor's unsettled here for some reason. Anyway, I'm just getting the chills because I'm fucking cold.
I'm trying to go up over the fence to film the back of the building. And I kind of froze like this. And my eyes, I kind of just got locked like this. Yeah, like that. I felt like I was looking through that window at someone. I don't know what it was, but I felt like I was locking eyes with something. I don't mean that as in I expected to see a spirit when I went to that location. What I kept seeing in my mind's eye was, a face there that I thought would show up eventually, and that I'd be able to see with my own eyes. Almost a minute I was frozen.
Yeah, it was like 55 seconds or something.
Yeah.
It was a really long time.
I don't know whether we should call it a slash or a whip mark, but...
Yeah, there's some debate amongst the people we've shown it to about whether it looks more like a whip or a sword. I've heard a lot more people think whip, I think that's the
I personally think sword.
Usually with scratches, I'm always like, you could have done that to yourself. You could have bumped into something. But the level of redness that this scratch was, I don't think Connor could have made it himself in that straight of a line. And if he had bumped into something, the man would have been fucking crying because it looked really painful.
After Maison Rouge, we kind of just decided to call it a night. That fucking wraps up Galveston.
You done? He kind of panicked the whole ride home. Not panicked. He was a little on edge the whole ride home. So I
Luckily, I had my very compassionate best friend next to me.
Yes, and I made a playlist of songs.
Yeah, to make me feel better.
That about wraps up our first Beyond the Grave of Season 2. We're back, and hopefully better than ever. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
We had to get some batteries and some rotisserie chicken, and some washer fluid, and some silicone rubber nipples. Don't worry about it. Anyway, sorry I can't. Just welcome back.
The tumbleweed of Galveston.
Benny, do you want to get into the story behind the Walmart?
So it all started in Bentonville, Arkansas.
Join us, won't you?
Walk with us. So what's your real name? I was hoping you were going to say something even dumber. You're gonna fucking fall. Holy fucking water, Batman. Fuck you. Fuck you. I feel like a news reporter. Hold on. We're out here at Galveston Island. Fuck. Fuck. It's windy as hell. There's waves everywhere. Fuck! Fuck! Back to you, Tom! Little known fact is Galveston is a hotbed for shark activity. Not the hottest bed, but it's pretty warm. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you!
It's okay.
Make that light blink. Fuck. Yo, holy fuck! Now,
Oh.
I guess the question on everybody's mind is how big of a fucking pussy.
Okay.
No, I promise. You had a chain link fucking view for a solid while. And I was like, there's something interesting there if he's just viewed on that fucking thing.
I haven't done this before. Try to find out what this beast really is. Whoa.